What if I told you that people with a fearful avoidant attachment style are hardwired to expect betrayal, even from the people they love the most? Not just romantic partners, not just parents, but even their own kids. And here's the twist. This isn't dysfunction. It's a brilliant adaptation, one that might have saved them once, but now it's slowly sabotaging the relationships they care about most. Let me tell you about a client of mine. She's a successful, smart, emotionally insightful woman. But under the surface, she's lived most of her life with one core fear. If I get too close, you'll betray me. She didn't always know it, but it started early. Her dad had multiple affairs. Eventually, he left. Not just the family, but her sense of trust, safety, and belonging. She carried that trauma like invisible luggage into adulthood. Relationships, super high alert. Connection always came with a cost. But here's where it gets wild. In a recent session, she had a moment of stunning clarity. She'd been working hard on her relationships with her kids, and a cool light bulb went off. One that I honestly had never really thought about in the 30 years I've been studying attachment, and I wanted to share it with you. She said, "I think subconsciously, I believe my son will betray me too. Not by cheating, not by abandoning me like my dad did, but by growing up, marrying and leaving, choosing someone else's family over ours. Even though she obviously loves her son deeply, even though there's tons of data that he loves his mom dearly and is highly motivated to stay connected to her and the family he grew up in, her nervous system was pre-programmed for betrayal. She was subconsciously expecting him to unveil the fact that he was going to leave their family for the new one he had married into." Isn't that fascinating? That insight hit her like a freight train, and it changed everything. Here's the secret that no one's talking about. Fearful avoidants aren't broken. They don't just have trust issues. They have betrayal blueprints laid down by trauma and reinforced by the nervous system. But here's the twist most people miss. Attachment style, that can change. It's adaptive, rewritable, like code that updates with safety. Temperament, that's the factory setting. You don't rewrite it. You work with it. Not understanding how someone's personality interacts with and influences attachment styles ends up with only half the equation. Putting both together is where the real gold is. And this client that we're talking about, she's a C. The feeler, hardwired for comfort and connection. But guess what wrecks both of those? Betrayal, especially the kind that hits when you least expect it. Her nervous system got the message very early on. Love is dangerous. People leave. Trust costs way too much. So her body, not her brain, built a strategy. Keep them close, but not too close. Push them away, but not all the way. Get close, but stay guarded. Love, but brace for loss. Connect, but always have an exit plan. That's not a flaw. That's high-level survival. A connection-driven temperament trying to navigate a world that never felt safe. When she finally saw the pattern, when she understood that it wasn't her being crazy or too much, but rather a core part of her attachment style interacting with her core temperament, something powerful happened. She stopped shaming herself. She started having more compassion, not just for herself, but also for the people around her. And perhaps most importantly, she stopped bracing for betrayal and started building real, secure connection without abandoning herself. Because here's the truth. You do not overcome fearful avoidant patterns by forcing vulnerability. You overcome them by creating safety in your system. And safety starts with understanding your core. If this resonated with you, if you've ever felt torn between craving closeness and fearing it at the same time, if you've ever pushed people away only to miss them the second they leave, then maybe it's time you stopped blaming yourself and started decoding your core. Tap the link below to learn more about your core type and how it shapes the way you love, connect, and protect yourself. Because healing starts when you understand why you do what you do. And that is how we rewrite the betrayal blueprint.